Coming up on the search for America's next equestrian star, the horses are put to the test. The riders show their skills in a completely new area of dressage, and the 4 remaining contestants face the most dramatic elimination round yet. Six contestants traveled to Romance Farm with hopes of becoming America's next equestrian star. Brendan was eliminated first when his teaching skills were less than satisfactory. And when it came to riding, Lindy made a crucial performance error, ultimately costing her a shot at the title. 4 contestants remain, who will overcome the hurdles and have what it takes to become my full-time assistant and America's next equestrian star. With only a few days until the final competition, I still feel the contestants haven't performed to their potential. Today, I'm gonna ride the horses and show these kids what their horses are really capable of. But first, there's always time for a quick lesson in horsemanship. Can you give them a sugar?
Huh?
Can you give him a sugar?
I don't have one with me.
How come?
I don't have pockets.
You don't have pockets in your riding breeches?
I don't think so.
You have to have pockets because you have to be able to give a horse sugar. Do you see? Hands steady, hands low, not hands like this, not seat like this. Keeping your toes straight ahead. Collect energy through the half halt. Direct energy through the use of your mind, your eyes. Come and get on. Off you go. And half pass right. Bend them. And legs. Where's your leg? Sit. Think about your seat. Uphill. Now 4 tempis. 1, 2, 3, leg. 1, 2, 3, leg. Sit up. 2, 3, leg. 1, 2, 3, leg. 1, 2, leg. 1, 2, leg. Thank you, very good. I think a big light just went off in Jamil's head. I think he had no idea truly what he could access. Come ahead, JJ.
Have fun.
We have to, at one point, be the dominant animal. Do you get that?
Totally.
Are you ready to do it?
Yes.
As well as you rode the last days, I want to say that I just rode much better.
Oh, yes.
The people that really own their destiny in every minute on every horse, they only see the possibility of success.
Of what they want.
They don't even see the possibility of a failure. High, high up. Collect way up, high. Yeah, fine, keep them up there. Yeah, good. 15 minutes of good work is better than an hour and a half of wandering aimlessly around. Many professionals would not key in higher than what she has. There are very few really, really great trainers. There are very few. In the end, that's what we're looking for. Just burning. It's so painful, I couldn't sleep. To go forward off the aid from the beginning, he has to take better half halts. He has to be ridden that you understand what the half halt is. Breathe in, close legs, close fist. He comes under in the canter. Shoulder in, more bend around your left leg. He has to be twice that bent, and then light. Elbows, I could see half of that farm between your elbows and your sides. Half pass F to S. You're so busy looking at him, how are you gonna get there? Go back. You're not looking where you're going. Go back. You had no idea where you were going. No idea. You were looking at his ears. Did you drive that way? That would be scary. You're running away. Do you want to run away? Go back. She actually has a beautiful body for riding that is just, you know, been kept in that amateur kind of existence. You know, it just tends to be that you don't learn to be great in Wichita, Kansas. Sadly, if you're in dressage. Maybe in other things, that's the hub. Come on in, Becca.
The feedback is still great. It's all spot on, but you kind of go, ugh, meeting with Robert, this is scary.
Sit still. If he screws up, then you tell him after he screws up. You're not supposed to be up there making every stride happen. You have to see where you're going. You have to know what you want.
And you just go in going, okay, I'm gonna go get kicked in the teeth a little bit now and pick myself up and dust myself off.
You can't learn except by trying, and if that means failing, fabulous. Without failure, there is no success.
It's week 3 of the competition, and the riders have been giving 100% since they arrived. Just as horses are rewarded after a tough workout, I feel it's time to do the same for the remaining 4 contestants.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay.
Good. First of all, I want to tell you that I'm proud of you guys for making it this far. It has not been easy, I know that. It wasn't meant to be easy. You made it this far, and because you did, I want to give you a reward. For anybody that has never been to Lion Country Safari, it is an amusing way to go through an afternoon.
Thank you. We're all worried, like, what are we doing this afternoon?
I know.
We can do Lion Country Safari.
Okay.
So there's another exam on Thursday.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
You know what that's going to be? Probably riding through the pre-St. George.
After a relaxing day at the safari, the contestants go right back to work. Today, they'll be training with Olympian Lisa Wilcox. Little do they know, she's not only there to train them, but to also give me her own professional opinion as to where each stands in the competition.
You relax here, just relax, relax. This should be all loose. You shouldn't be holding on anywhere here. So really just loosen your thigh. Your fists are closed. Look, carry your hands, thumbs are up.
I think Felicia just needs to learn how to coordinate herself.
She, you know, a rider is just as good as their brains are, and she's got a fantastic attitude. She has quite a bit of potential. I would like her to come a little more out of herself. She's still a little bit hesitant and waiting and careful.
Right.
But that takes time.
You're so right.
That's okay. That takes time. She's a little shy, but that will come.
Yeah,
that is
right.
just a matter of time.
Great.
A lot of potential there.
And then Becca.
Outside lake, outside rain. Outside lake, outside rain. Outside lake, outside rain. Outside lake, outside rain. Becca, she's a tough little chick. Gets her little head going and she wants to figure it out. Tuck, 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 tuck. That's the rhythm. Now, 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 now. Now there's a horse that's gonna make her little brain go brrrr. He's super easy to keep in front of you as long as you allow him to the freedom in the back.
Okay.
And she's got a lot of energy, and
That's
she's
for sure.
just, I can see her will. She wants to, and she'll do it. She'll do it. She's just a little further ahead than Felicia in her head.
Okay. And JJ.
Okay, keep that weight in your hand. Super. She's got it.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Yeah.
If any horse will bring it out of her, it'll be this one.
Yes. You have to have conviction to ride that horse.
Just, you have to build trust right now. Be patient. Don't rush yourself. Don't be in a hurry. He's going to have somebody say, take a deep breath and count to 10 before you react. Yeah? And just see where this goes. That's something for JJ, I think, who wants to maybe get a little ahead of herself, to bring her back. And she figured out a few things today. I could see the lights go on, and she's like,
yeah, that's a cool
I'll
thing.
try that tomorrow.
That's a cool thing.
So
Great.
that's fun.
How about Jamil?
Looking ahead of your horse, not into the circle. I want you to keep your shoulders parallel, your hips parallel to his shoulders. Jamil, bless his heart. I just want to squeeze him. No, I think, you know, that's a tough position to be in, and he's a trooper.
Yeah.
He comes out, he put on his best position today, and he was going to figure this out. He wants to learn it, and he's going to learn it, and he's not going to let any kind of a situation here intimidate him.
Yeah.
I like that. This would be easy to be intimidated. However, he's not. He's saying, okay, I'm going to look at what she's doing, and I'm going to do that.
Right.
I'm going to try to be as elegant as the next rider there. And that's learning to ride.
Yeah.
So then, good.
So let me ask you the hard question.
Yeah.
If you were to say, I'm going to take one of these people, make them my apprentice right now from what you've seen today, who would you have to say right now?
All of them have potential.
Right.
I would have to say I would choose between two.
Okay.
I think Becca and JJ are a little bit further along in their mindset. And with these other two, they just need to
bloom.
They need to bloom, and they will bloom.
Yeah, I
They
believe
will.
it too.
They certainly will.
Lise, thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
It was absolutely a joy.
Love
It's
you.
fun.
Okay,
All right.
let's go to the next part.
Oh, yes, sir.
Lisa gave me great insight into who she would hire if she were choosing the winner. However, Catherine and I still need to see more out of the contestants before we can make up our own minds.
Okay, so we have a challenge today to see how well you know your bridles. I want each of you guys to take one double bridle, take it apart and put it on the ground, and then you're gonna put it back together, blindfolded. Okay, so come pick your bridles.
I'm not good at that. Man, bad day for me, guys. Bad day. Slides in and out so easy.
For a week.
One down.
All right, everybody, come and get your blindfolds. For you, no peeking.
Want me to aim ya? That's your direction. That's your direction. Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3, run! Going on, we got a race.
There's no practical reason for being able to assemble your bridle blindfolded, but it sure was fun to watch the contestants try.
I would say that JJ has about 60% done right now. It's a real close race with Becca, about almost the same. Jamil, you better speed it up, boy. Becca's definitely gaining on this whole thing.
Oh my breakfast cat. I was just like, calm down, Becca, calm down, get it done.
We've got definitely close. This is getting really close. We even have one wearing the bridle now.
I couldn't get the reins wrapped up in the, so I needed something to hang it on. So I just like put it on my head and tried to do it, and then I like still couldn't figure it out.
All right. No idea.
We have a winner. You guys can come up there and see where you're at.
I don't believe that.
It was very close. JJ, you know where you lost? You lost the time when you put it on your head.
I wanted to tie the reins up.
Your reward for doing this is dinner out, and Catherine.
You get to bring along a friend. So you pick who you want to take.
And the other two, sadly, have to stay back.
Because it was such a close race, JJ needs to go with me.
Thanks, man. Here we are, our big night out. I've heard the appletinis are fantastic.
Ultimate Black Cherry Cosmo.
Oh, I think we need to have one of that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a winner.
That's the choice.
Should we just make eggs?
Are the steaks here good?
The pack date was 3/26/06. That's old.
I think if we're doing an appetizer, we should go with the bruschetta only because
We eat chips all the time. In the camper.
Do we even have butter?
Oh, I'm excited now.
I know, real food. This is exciting.
Should we cut up a cheese string and put it in there too?
I washed my hands. Big old chunks of cheese.
To being off the farm. Here we go. We're off the compound.
Oh God, he's gonna burn the butter. That's gross.
Yeah. Oh, we suck.
We're the losers.
This is so much better than when like Donald Trump is like, you get to, you know, fly in a helicopter around New York and just look at stuff. And I'm like, what kind of reward is that?
Exactly.
It's way better.
We need a good meal.
It'll be interesting to see how they do, considering JJ and Becca earned the steak dinner in the bridal challenge, and Jamil and Felicia got stuck eating eggs.
Okay, go back to the canter again. 3 4s, 3 3s. Don't stare at the horse. Feel the horse, but don't stare at him. Slightly forward, good. Quiet, pull up, wait.
Robert Dover is intense.
Nope, that was not good. It's 4 strides out for 4s, 5 strides out for 5 3s, 7 strides out for 7 2s, 7 strides out for 15 1s. Nice collection.
Robert really expects a lot of me as being a professional and having experience.
Ah, too bad. Too bad. You look down at his left shoulder, you let him throw himself onto his left shoulder.
The way Robert teaches doesn't bother me at all. I like to be pushed.
You lost that. That's too bad.
I think for JJ to really prove to me that she is America's next dressage star, she has to show the maturity as far as her judgment in coaching, in teaching, in communicating with others. Where she has lacked so far is in making the right decision at the right moment.
I'm bored. It's boring. It's a boring trot. It's a long, second-level looking trot. It's uninspired. Arms have to be still. Elbows on your sides, hands in one spot, chest out in front of you. There isn't any this. There isn't any playing the piano or conducting an orchestra.
Jamil's biggest challenge is the one that I have told him from the very first day.
I'm having to tell you too many times. You gotta want it better than more than that. You're walking right now without your toes in. I would be like killing myself to do this. I would be killing myself. I would be hurting badly. Does it hurt?
Yeah.
It ought to hurt a lot. You have to do that. Your whole life has to be that. Do you know that?
Okay.
Otherwise, riding isn't gonna happen for you. I promise you that.
I felt like I was gonna cry because I was trying so friggin' hard.
Good. That's the way you should be riding all the time. This is the way you should have been riding now for 2 weeks.
It was fun.
That was exactly right. Did you notice how impulsion flowed through that?
Yeah.
That's how you ride.
Jamil is an amazing talent. I think he is still very raw, but I believe in Jamil's sense of feel, and I believe in also Jamil's heart on a horse. He shows his love for the horses, and because of that, they show their love back to him, and they want to go for him.
You can't go like this. Look at me.
Yeah.
Like that. Please, horse. If I give the reins, will you go? You sit up, you keep yourself supple here, and you push him with your leg.
Okay.
That's what it's about. Not praying that he'll keep going if you open up your arms.
There's a big knot in my stomach. I hope I ride well. I hope I perform well.
Bend them. Flex. That's where you should be preparing them, right there in that corner. Collecting, not just pulling back. And now keep your legs, both of them. Speed them up and say good boy. Now forward again. Again on the next long side, extended canter. Go. Go. Come on, go. Go.
Becca has a beautiful position. Her challenge being that small is not using strength and power to try to override what the horse's evasion might be, because frankly, at 5 foot whatever, she doesn't have that strength or power. She has to look at classical principles and then apply those to making what she wants happen.
So I didn't say change there. You should have kept counter cantering. Collect. Left lead. Look up. You look at me. Look at me. Don't make this bid right there. Don't make the aid incorrect in order to make the horse do something. Make the aid correct, then it's fair.
Felicia had a really hard time today.
What about that? 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 What about that?
More.
You liked it?
No.
Well, what are you saying good boy for? I didn't see anything good.
No, I said he needs more.
What?
I said he needs more.
More what?
Help.
What?
She is extremely intelligent, so much so that her intelligence can sometimes get in her own way, to the point where she can't act at all.
More what? More what?
Help from me.
Something. You need something.
Her amateur tendencies came out.
No running. Nobody wants you running along. What's that? I don't even know what that is. You were running down the long side like a wild woman.
I think it'll be very difficult for her at this point to make that huge change.
You know what the best thing you did today? You made me want to like your riding. You made me want to like you up there.
I am being tougher than ever on the contestants, only some things are more important than the competition.
Dad. I'm all right. How's Mom? Yay! She's talking. All right, I love you, Mom.
After giving the contestants another riding lesson, I was ready to show them I had more tricks up my sleeve.
Hey, group. After today, even more so than before, this competition is wide open. You have to bring it every single time. This afternoon is going to be your next examination. Out in the arena right now is a client. Each one of you have 15 minutes to train her to ride the Prix St. George Canter Tour.
Half pass left, half pass right, pirouettes with flying changes at sea, 4 tempies and 3 tempies, 5 of each.
And your job is to, within 15 minutes, make that happen.
Hello.
You're Dorothy?
Yes, I am. Hi, Jamil.
We'll start off on the right lead canter. Just gonna see how his canter's going.
Jamil has no idea that he's teaching an Olympic bronze medalist.
Today's examination is with a friend of mine, Dorothy Marcus, an Olympic bronze medalist from the 1976 Olympics in Montreal.
Change was a little bit late. Just walk a second. So we'll try that again.
Same, come from on the left?
Mm-hmm. See where you ended up? You ended up like here.
You know, I don't think we're looking for the photographic memory, but you have to have a really good ability to mine.
What was also good is that information came off of someone else's lesson.
Exactly.
The changes were exactly at M. That was perfect.
I thought it was pretty good.
And he told you to veer more left toward the tip of the corner.
He picked that up right away.
He took for granted that you were a Prix St. George Intermediate 1 rider because you said that, and he asked you.
Yes, he did.
And then he was the only one that didn't sit there counting your changes off like you were some beginner that didn't know how to count 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and very good. Looking where you're going, deep in the corner, shoulder 4 now, shoulder 4.
I think that she talked a lot of extra things and not get right to the point immediately.
I agree with you that there was a lot of riding lesson going on.
Yeah.
So what I want to start with right away, I just want to go over the half pass in the canter. Canter, keep cantering, left lead right now. Turn left, let's start this again.
He's a little behind the leg here. I'm getting a little stuck.
Let's make the right one more time.
Nobody really addressed the fact that he wasn't crisp.
Yeah.
That he was behind me, and I said it a couple of times, well, it's really behind me. And nobody picked up on it.
I think that the information has been all good information. I'm just not sure that it's all been exactly the appropriate things to hear if you were at a show being warmed up for that Prix St. George. But I thought that energy was expended for you and your horse where it didn't need to be expended. Okay? Felicia.
Hi, Felicia. I'm Dottie.
Nice
to meet you.
I understand you want to go through Prix St. George work today?
Center line?
K to center line.
Oh, K to center line,
yes. Half pass, forwards, 5 forwards. 3 strides out. 1, 2, 3. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good.
Here's the problem with this, that when you prepare somebody for a test, you prepare them in the exact way that they have to go do the test. So you don't prepare them to go in and make a real error in the test, which is going straight to those changes after those half passes, which people do all the time.
Medium, down the long side, into F.
You look at the horse, he's breathing hard. Yeah. He looks a little tired. How many times are you going to go down the long side and expend more energy if you have 15 minutes to prepare?
And she hasn't done her pirouettes.
Felicia, in a quiet way, just tried to tell you as much as she was comfortable saying, I think.
My problem with Felicia was that if you start training the changes before the pirouettes in that pre-St. George, that's a big mistake. Yeah. You did wonderful work with her at the end. Yeah. All your movements and your things were really lovely. So that I was impressed by. Becca.
Hi, Dorothy. How are you today?
Hello.
I'm Becca. I'm here to help you get through your St. George work.
Hey,
how does he feel? You want to get there and have a straight stride over X for your change. So really take the shoulder, take his haunches now, half out, right rein, come around again. That wasn't good enough. This is better. This is better. Now you're going to straighten, ride him up for this change and then back to the right. Not too far past X. Now sit back, ride him softly around the turn. Legs keep the impulsion. Sit back in the middle of him. Keep turning, way too big. It was like a football field. One more.
Ooh. It's like a football field. It sounds like me. I wonder where she heard that one.
Becca, out of all of them, was a little more aggressive. Come on, get going, whether I think I needed it or not.
Yeah.
She was attacking versus helping.
I was a little concerned. She used words that I've used before for people that I knew very well, that by saying a certain thing, I could push a certain button. And she told you that your half pirouette was the size of a football field. I thought, whoa.
I did make it purposely really big.
But here's the thing. I don't think that I would tell somebody that I didn't know ever.
That's a good point.
That their pirouette was the size of a football.
Well, it doesn't tell you anything.
Well, what it
tell
does is it's adversarial.
Yeah.
You can say it in a nice way. Yeah. You know, so
be more
on the
helpful
one side,
also. Bring the shoulders around more. And I purposely left the shoulders out there.
On the one side, I truly believe that there are some people that need to be told just like that.
Sure.
And sometimes even harder. Yeah. But you have to know the person that you're dealing with. Well, Dottie, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was really wonderful, very educational, and good luck with everything. And we'll be seeing you this weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, great.
Terrific.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so let's just really think about this together again one more second.
I think Felicia made a big mistake in doing the movements in the order that are not in the test. I think probably that rider was going to make that mistake. Strongest was Jamil. He had respect for the rider. I think he came at it with a lot of good information. He got the job done.
I loved the way that Jamil taught the lesson.
Becca did this counting thing, 4s and 3s. I thought that she did the pirouettes. If the pirouettes weren't good enough, then she should have done the pirouettes when they weren't good enough and not come back with a tired horse, especially. Now, we have this job to do of deciding who should go on and who shouldn't go on. This is going to be a really tough decision, I think. The toughest yet today.
I agree.
And I really have to think hard on this because
this is a big one.
Wrong decision could be very costly, not only for the kids, but for myself.
Yeah.
The rider's challenge this week was to train my client Dottie as if she were about to ride the Pre-St. George Canter Tour. What I didn't tell them is she's actually Olympian medalist Dorothy Marcus. Apparently, I wasn't as successful at pulling a fast one over on the contestants as I thought I was. Not that it prevented any of them from doubting their performances.
I'm going home. I didn't do very well.
No, neither did. We gotta have enough time.
I know. And so 15 minutes is so fast. And
did you keep making like stupid mistakes like on purpose to see if you would catch them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I did well enough, you know.
I don't know if I did well enough either. Yeah, I sucked.
Yeah, I did horrible. So.
How did you do horrible? What happened?
I just didn't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you all this afternoon? Nervous?
Gets worse each time.
Does it?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, the task this afternoon was to teach a student. It just so happens that this client and student of mine is Dorothy Marcus, one of our Olympic team riders who earned not only a bronze medal in the 1976 Olympics in Montreal, but was placed 5th individually, one of the highest placed Americans in the history of dressage. There was nothing that happened today that was not on purpose. I wanted to see what a trained Olympian would get out of being coached from each of you. So I'm going to start with you, JJ. You gave maybe too much information. To be preparing in 15 minutes to go in to do a ride, you gave so much information that she didn't have time to really think about what it was that she was about to have to do. And I will tell all of you this, but if it were me on that horse and you started counting 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and, I would say, what are you telling me that for? I know how to count, and not only that, it's disturbing the peace. You weren't the only one that did it. A matter of fact, there was only one of you that didn't do it. I do think that you gave a lot of very good information. It was just whether or not it was the right thing at the right time for this rider to go in and do the job that she was to do. Jamil, once again, I have to say, for 16 years old, you pretty well amazed all of us. You gave her the information that she needed, as well as an uplifting feeling. I'll tell you, when you get ready to go down that center line, the best thing that you can hear is, you're ready, I think it looks great, you're going to be fantastic. You made her feel like a winner right before she went in. Okay, Felicia. Felicia, you made a cardinal sin. You never teach somebody out of the order of what that person is about to have to do 5 minutes later. When you do a coaching job, you have to know the test. You are asking for that rider to go back in the ring in 10 minutes when it really counts and do half pass, flying changes, and leave out the pirouettes. You know what happens then? 10 points right away, plus everything that goes wrong because the rider loses their concentration. The next movements are usually blown, and you have a disaster.